Hey guys, we're just going to put the light on real quick. This is unbleached bread flour. There is a difference between all-purpose flour, self-rising flour, and bread flour. I believe bread flour for making pizza will give you a crispier crust, where the other flour it's more tender, but still good. You could use either. And I'll do a video one day where I describe the difference between the yeast and then a different video for just the flours. But right now, for the sake of argument, we're just going to use unbleached bread flour. And I'm actually looking, because I just want to show you 1 cup, how we're going to measure that out. I'm going to be doing 6 cups, and then I'll show you all the ingredients. But when you do bread flour, I always lighten it. Okay, a little bit. I don't sift it, because this one you don't pack. You just scoop it in. And you start going boom, boom, boom. We're just going to scrape it off. That's it. Okay, I'm going to pour that into my, well, I'm going to do 4 more of those. Just real quick so you know, I put 5 cups of flour in here. I'm holding 1 cup back. I guarantee you I'm going to need 6 full cups. So I'm going to say 6 full cups. So actually, I should just be pouring it in here now. Because sometimes, depending on the humidity or the water, it may be 5 3/4 cups. Or it could be 6 1/2 cups of flour. You know, and again, if it's a little too wet at the end of the day, you have to add 1 tablespoon of flour at a time until you get that perfect consistency. Okay, so we'll be back. Guys, I'm using bottled water. My husband's saying, no, use tap water. He's not the cook around here. You cannot use tap water, even if recipes say you can, but there's enzymes because of the chlorine in there. The chlorine will kill, well, it doesn't kill all your yeast, but it does kill some of the yeast, and you don't get that rise, that perfect chew, that perfect texture, that perfect airiness that you want. If you just use straight up tap water, because of the chlorine in there, you cannot do it. Chlorine will kill some of your yeast. But what you can, if you only have tap water, which I don't, I mean, I have bottles of water. If you only had tap water, you could measure your water, leave it on your counter for 24 hours. That should help with the chlorine, because it should evaporate. Okay. Hey guys, I heated up in the microwave 3 1/4 cups of water. It's about, you could anywhere from 100 to 110 degrees. And if you don't have a meat thermometer, because I'm not using a thermometer in this, I just go by feel. Or you could take the water, and you know where you test the baby's bottle on your wrist, the old-fashioned way? The same thing. If it's too hot for your wrist, like a baby's bottle, then it's going to be too hot for your yeast, and you will kill it. So, I'm going to be putting 2 tablespoons, and not instant, but of active. You could use instant. I'm not saying you can't use instant, but and I have different recipes, but for this particular deep dish pizza, I'm choosing to use not instant, but active dry yeast. Okay, 2 heaping tablespoons. That's overkill. You don't have to, but I am. And hear that pop? This is a brand new jar. You guys, you want fresh yeast. If not, you won't get that rise. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in, and we're going to let it bloom. Oh, I'm going to heap in like that. Now I'm going to feed it. And salt can kill it. You got to be careful when you add your salt, and I'm going to be adding salt to my flour. I'm going to just give this a little mix real quick. Yeast likes to eat sugar. That's how it grows. And then when you want your bread, that's how you're going to release your alcohols. And guys, be very careful when you're working with yeast, because I'm going to be putting my hands in here. It's alive. There is such things as yeast infections. So you got to make sure you clean under your fingernails and clean your hair. I mean, your hands, clean your counter. If I put this down, I got to clean everything really thoroughly. I'm going to go get my 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm going to clean my counter because I'm putting that down. Okay. Here we go. Here's the sugar. That's 1 tablespoon. And guys, you know what? You're going to do what you like. This does not taste sweet at all. It's not like if you think you're eating sweet bread. I have a lot of flour. Okay. Okay. And actually, that has my yeast still in it. So, And then I'm going to stir that all around. I just want it roll out on my spoon. I'm trying to not really put my finger in there, but I might have to. I guess I'm going to. No, I don't want to. So we're just going to stir this, and I will be back. Probably this could take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll see. I just say this already smells so delicious, because you know what yeast rolls smell like, right? And here's your yeast right here. It smells so yummy. Now I'm just going to let this bloom. And if I didn't kill my yeast, this will foam up and get thick. You guys don't miss a step. I'm going to put in a good tablespoon of salt. And at this stage, if you wanted to, I'm going to just do a pinch more. If you wanted to, at this stage, because pizza crust could be flat, but make sure you add enough salt. I may even add a pinch more salt, actually. But this is when you could put a little garlic powder in, a little Italian seasonings, whatever you want, you could add to your this part now, and then to just flavor your crust a tad more. Guys, I am happy to report I did not kill my yeast. And there, see how that is so foamy? Look at that. And this is only like 4 to 5 minutes. If I went it longer, it would rise even more. But this is what you wanted to do. See that? See that foam? Look at that. Yes. It's like when you make Jell-O and you put the whipped cream on top. It's like that layer. Okay. And guys, listen. I'm not going to get into the science right now of gluten, which is, is protein, right? I'm not going to get into all that. Like I said, it's another video. But it's very important that we get that gluten activated, and we stretch it. That's the whole point about kneading. I'm going to take a shortcut. I'm going to use my electric beaters just for about 2 minutes to jumpstart that gluten. Because that's what's going to give you that airy, doughy air pockets that you see in bread. Because we got to develop the gluten. So there was something I was going to say about that. What was I going to say about that gluten? I don't know. But anyway, this already started fermenting. And again, because we want, actually, when we create air pockets in the bread, it's actually the yeast releasing their alcohols, their gases. That's what's doing it. So, all right, let me just stir this around, right? I know we're not doing anything, but you know what? That's just awesome. I just love it. So we're going to dump it now into our flour. And let me get my olive oil ready. So I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. They did not have my regular olive oil. And guys, I've got to the point where, you know what? I'm just going to take it for what they have, because it's only temporary. I'm using, which is fine. I'm using, let me show you. Philip Bay. That's fine too. Okay, extra virgin olive oil. And this is a little bit darker than my other one. So I'm just going to, let me add this first to here. And we want to get all of that out. And guys, seriously, it smells. Can you see? Look, this is what I'm talking about. See all those little air bubbles already in there, guys? Yes, they're already releasing gases. And that's what's going to do inside your bread. This is what I'm talking about. And guys, I have to wash everything thoroughly, because like I said, this is yeast. Hence yeast infections. Okay. So I'm not going to really put my hands. Well, I actually am putting my hands in there because I have to, because I'm going to be mixing it. Actually, I think I'm going to just first use my hands, then use my beaters. Alright, get this all out, because this is really important. We want all of that out. Okay. That puts that aside. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. I'll just put that right here. Alright. Now I'm going to get in there and just do this. And the warmth, I can still feel the warmth, but the warmth from your hands is going to keep that all activated too. Yeast likes the warmth of your hand. We're just going to get in here slowly. And it's an awesome feeling. It really is. You see that? I may add a little bit more flour. And I'm not going to put this down on the counter to knead. I'm just going to do all my kneading in here. All you're basically doing is folding it over. Like I'm doing right now. Folding it over, stretching it. But that's what we're going to be doing right now. Pretty soon I'm going to get this all off my hands. Okay. I can see right now I need a little bit more flour. A little bit more flour. Okay. I did add 1 tablespoon at a time, but 2 tablespoons. But I know I'm going to need more than that. So, and this is what we're going to do. We're just going to keep folding it over. Folding it over just like this. Pick it up. You're stretching it over. You're folding it on top of you. Itself. Well, the other, that was an extra 1 cup worth of flour. So I put 2 tablespoons in, and now I just did another 2. I know it's going to need more than that. Guys, I'm going to have to clean down my phone because I touched it, but I probably added about a good, I want to say, extra cup of flour today. And I know my water was correct. I think you want to know, probably because of the olive oil. Can do that too. But you want this dough to be sticky, but not sticky wet. So I'm going to add a sprinkle more. And then work it in. And we're just folding the dough. And guys, you knead the way you want. This is just quick. It works inside the bowl. Pick it up, fold it, push it down on itself. You could use 1 hand, 2 hands. Pick it up, fold it over. Turn it, pick it up, fold it over, push it down. I'm going to add a little bit more flour. This is all we're going to be doing for about 10 minutes. Is kneading the dough inside the bowl. Picking it up, stretching it, pulling it over. It's all about stretching. You're developing the gluten by stretching. Okay, guys, so again, we're just going to keep pulling this, stretching it, because you got to really develop. So you want to work your dough. You want to stretch it and fold it over. Let me show you on the counter real quick. It may be easy for you to see. And you want it to feel almost like a powdered baby's bottom, like a newborn baby, when you powder their bottom. So you're going to just push it down, right? Any way you want, that's easier for you. And then you're going to pick it up and just fold it over. Turn it, stretch it a little bit, fold it over. When you fold it over, you're stretching it. So just like this is stretching it good enough. If you need to dust it a little bit more with flour, you could definitely do that too. Let me just do a little sprinkling. And when you roll it around, it's going to incorporate more flour. But just pick it up, fold it. Pick it up, fold it. You don't have to, you know, get down and dirty and go like this and like that. You could, but there's no reason to. This gentle method does work. You just want to keep folding it on top of it itself, that's all. And then eventually, when it's done, it's going to be smooth. I'm going to still work on this. Like one of those rubber balls. You hear that expression a lot. That's what it's going to look like. Again, nothing fancy. We don't have to get down and dirty. You know what I'm saying? Put a lot of effort into this. We just want to work it. And just keep working it. I think you get the hang, right? I'm going to add a little bit more flour. So, and that's all I'm going to keep doing. All right, we'll be back. Okay, guys, and now we're just going to form it into a bowl. And when you do this in your hands too, just fold it over like this. You still are working that dough. There's ways to test this. You could take a patch off, pull it. If it doesn't rip, you're good. If you can see through it, you're done, you know, etc. And now I'm going to let this rise, and I'll tell you how. Hold on. Oh, can you see? I want to make sure you can see. Just folding this all over. Okay. Make sure the bottoms is all pinched together. Pick up any more flour. Okay. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to put this in a grease. What I did, guys, to prepare this for the dough was put a little olive oil in here. And I'm just going to use my hands and press it all around. That's all. A little olive oil. Keeps the bread from sticking and drying out. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to put my dough in here. And then, normally what I do is I put it... I have a throw heating blanket, which I gave to my mother. So hence, I don't have that now. But normally, I would put this on top of my heating pad. Depending on how cold my room is in my bedroom. Depends on how high I keep that heating pad. If you put it too high and use a certain type of bowl, yes, you could kind of kill your yeast. So, you know, you have to be careful what you do. But what I'm telling you to do, you could do safely. So anyway, I put this on a heating pad. And then, excuse me, that's what we're doing today. I put this on a heating blanket. Then I put a piece of saran wrap. Then I put a towel on top of that. Then I gently throw the top of the heating blanket on top. And then I check it. And I check the temperature. And then it rises in about about an hour, it rises double. So what we're going to do today is, you could also use a 200-degree oven. But I lit my oven to 250 just to get that chill out. Because right now my room is set to, in my living room kitchen area, I have it at 62 degrees. I like it. I like it that cold. So anyway, and I'm not putting the heat on. Usually when I do the homemade dinner rolls or breads, if I'm, have company coming over or for my father, I'll do it in the bedroom. I'll put like my little portable heater on in there. I'll crank the heat up in there and do what I got to do just to ensure that they rise nicely. I'm not doing that today. This is just pizza crust. I'm not too worried about it because if I have to, I'll redo it. So in my oven, I have a heating pad. I also have the oven light on. And I'm going to take a big thing of hot water. I'm going to boil some water in a little sauce pot. Stick that on the bottom shelf of my oven. And then put the heating pad on the next rack up with this bowl. So I'm going to ensure moisture and heat. And that's what we're going to do. But let me get you the dough. Because it wants to rise. Because cold air can kill it too. Just making sure I'm good with that doneness of the wetness. I think so. So now I'm going to squish it around here. Get the sides. That's the, get all that. Just like that. Squish it all around your dough. Okay. Form it into this pretty little ball again. That's what it looks like. We're going to get a piece of saran wrap. Put saran wrap on this. And my heating pad right now is on high, but I think I'm going to lower it to medium. Hey guys, how you doing? I did put a kitchen towel on top of the bowl with the saran wrap. I'm going to stick it in my oven. That is off with the heating pad heated up. That's on medium with the oven light on and with a sauce pot of hot water. Okay, I'm going to do that for about an hour until it doubles. Could be a little sooner, a few minutes longer. It depends. Big mess. Store it in your refrigerator. Ah, no mess. Safe and sound. I went hog wild on that. You have to, guys. Be anal. Cleaning your fingernails and your hands. everything you cooked or worked with in your workspace. You have to definitely have to treat it like raw chicken juice. All right, next what we're gonna do is do the filling for the meat pie. I'm trying to think. I just don't want plain chopped meat. Then I was gonna do like a chopped meat gravy where I take my meat and I flavor that like a meatball. But I'm trying to think what would be cute. If I made really, really teeny tiny meatballs and put them on the pizza, they should not roll off. And that would be cute, wouldn't it? Or so I just say, the heck with it. And just make the same flavor of chopped meat, but just brown it and just crumble it on top. I think I'm going to do maybe little meatballs. We'll see. But anyway, I was going to make a pancetta gravy by, I was going to add a little bit of pancetta to the pizza sauce, but I think it's going to be too many flavors competing with each other. I'm going to do, oh, can I show you this? You know how I said my husband and I are watching our weight, right? Instead of getting a regular pepperoni, I got turkey pepperoni. And guys, trust me, I do not like turkey meatballs or turkey meatloaf. I one time did turkey meatballs, the same recipe I do for my Italian meatballs, and I just couldn't get I tried to eat it, and it was making me nauseous. I just did not like the fact that I was eating ground turkey. I've tried turkey bacon, which it gives you the flavor of bacon, but I just can't do it. It turns my stomach to think. And it's pressed turkey. That sounds so disgusting. And I just couldn't eat it. It was for a Caesar salad we made. And so I'd rather have the real thing and just a little bit of it than more of the fake stuff. Ugh, icky. But when it comes to this pepperoni, when I was on my hard diet, when I lost the 56 pounds like in 3 months, I tried the turkey pepperoni and it is good. I was so surprised. It tastes like pepperoni, and there's nothing in here that grossed me out. There was nothing in here that turned my stomach. It tastes like pepperoni, and for goodness sakes, for the little bit I'm going to be putting on the pizza, that's fine. And it's healthy. But if you want to use regular pepperoni, you know what you could do too if you want to cut some of the fat? You could bake it in your oven for a little bit, 350 for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe 20 to 15, depends on your your oven. And you will be surprised. You will get a lot of oils from there. So that's even healthier. I was going to do that, but you know what? Hey, I like the turkey bacon. I hate the turkey bacon. But I like the turkey pepperoni. It's not bad. I would not serve this for a party. I'd rather sink my teeth into real pepperoni. But for the pizza, we're good. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a little diced ham. I'm going to make, with my chopped meat, I'm going to make the flavor of a meatball. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make mini meatballs or not. But I'm going to put a little not mushrooms. I'm going to put a little olives on. I should see if the kids like mushrooms. You know what? Let me call my kids and see. Okay. I already started punching this down. This rose beautifully. And we're just punching it down gently. This was up at the top, but I started hitting it. This is what you want. Now I'm going to put it in my cake pans. Just gently knock the air out of it. Called punching it down. And it smells yummy. Let me just get my stuff out of the oven. My heating pad. I got a pot of water in there. Let's get that out. Close my oven. Shut the oven light off. Unplug my heating pad. It did its job. We'll put this out. I need flour. That's it has to go right into the garbage. Oh my God, I love it. Yay. It's so big. Let me move it. See? Yay. Smells delicious too. Let's put a light on. Look at that bad boy. I'm going to go divide this into 3 because I'm going to put it into 3 pans and I'll be back. You could use a knife. You could use a scissors. Like I said, I'm just going to do this in 3. And then as it's going to sit in my pan. I'll probably keep it in the oven for another 30 minutes, and it may rise a little bit more. But like I said, I'm so behind that 8 ball. I got to do the peppers and onions. I'm going to put them in a little sauce pot just to saute them just a little bit with nothing, just to try to get some of that moisture out. So when I put them on the pizza, it doesn't make it soggy. That noise is my coffee grinder in my coffee pot. Guys, I know I'm not doing this even. That's okay. We will fix that. I was never good at math in school, but hey, we're good. Right? Woo, makes me excited. Woo, doggy, I love it. I do. I love making homemade dough. There's such a sense of accomplishment, I think. All right, so one. I'll make sure they feel about the same. And guys, if you want, you could store this in the refrigerator. Just like, well, you have to wrap it up in saran wrap. But you could, for about a week, you could keep it in the refrigerator. Okay. We're going to get started. And right now, I'm going to put these back in the bowl. I have to get, I do this right here. Oh, that's not it. Let me wrap this up so this does not dry out. Okay, I just put a towel over them. Let's just start with the one dough. We're just going to push it in here, right? And this is a deep dish, right? This is just a 9-inch cake pan. Or is it 8-inch? I don't even know. Ken, do you know if this is an 8-inch or 9-inch? Oh, 9-inch. That's right here. 9-inch. Look with your eyes and we shall see, right? So we're going to just push this. I'm going to go up the sides. And when I go up the sides, I'm going to probably give it like that little curl right there. Oh, God, this... And I put a little olive oil in the pan. You could use Crisco, too. Going to cook at 450, 425. And again, when you do a regular pizza, like on a 15-inch round, then you could heat that up and preheat your oven. Actually, let me preheat the oven. That's on the bottom rack. Right.
Crisco?
A little bit of olive oil, not much, just a little bit. I'm going to do 450. All right, I did mine on 450. So let's just get busy. This is fun, guys.
Parchment paper or no?
No, just a little bit, like a teaspoon. Yeah. This is fun. And this is a thick crust. Actually, with all this dough, I could have gotten, that's my eagles in the background. You could have gotten easily 4. Okay? This is going to be a nice thick crust. Work it up, up, up. Up, up, up. Just like this. And stretch it up. Because then it's going to come down. I'm going to push it down anyway later. And this is exactly what you're looking for. Oh. Yum. Yum. And guys, I am going to brush this with olive oil before I put the tomato, the pizza sauce on this. Just because I believe it helps it from getting soggy. It helps a little bit. And you layer this the way you want. But I'm going to let this sit for another half hour. I'm just going to put it back in the warm oven. Because I have to do the fillings. Okay. Well, I think you guys get the hang. I'm not going to waste minutes of your time sitting here watching me do this. All right. Because I'm just having fun with this, like Play-Doh. All right. I'm finishing the third one. I think, obviously, I can't put this in my oven because I pre-lit my oven, right? So, and I know it's very cool in this room. So, and I'm not going to go crazy trying to put this in a warm spot at all. I'll just sit it by my stove because there's heat coming off the stove. And that's what we're going to do. And then when I go to put the fillings in this later, I'll just smash it one more time up. And don't forget, this is going to rise when it cooks. So it's going to get nice and thick and puffy. And you don't have to fork this dough. Alright, that's it for now. Okay, that's it.